Hello everyone. Today we are going to talk about types of communication. In my previous lecture, we have seen the introduction of communication and elements of communication. In this video, we are going to discuss about a very important topic which is called types of communication. Primarily, the types of communication can be divided in two categories. The first one is that based on communication channels, and second one is that based on style and purpose. So, based on style and purpose, there are two channels of communication. One is formal and another one is informal. When there is the problem, when there is the definition of formal communication, then we can say if the communication is official, if the communication is precise, limited, and work related, it is called formal communication. On the contrary, if the communication is unofficial, unlimited, and if it is happening within the family and friends, then it is called informal communication. And another type is based on communication channels in verbal communication and non-verbal communication. Now let us discuss at first non-verbal communication. So non-verbal communication, in which communication there is no use of words, language or sentence. Instead, if there is the use of facial expressions, smiles, then eye contacts, gesture, posture, body language, then it is called non-verbal communication. And the verbal communication, it means to say in which communication there is the use of words, sentences, and language. That communication is called verbal communication. In short, in verbal communication, there is the use of language, and in the non-verbal communication, there is the use of body language. So, verbal communication is also having two types. One is oral, and another one is written communication. So, oral communication is having two types: face-to-face communication and distance communication. Now, let us see in detail. So what is formal communication? Actually, formal communication is official, precise, limited. Example, organizational communication. And informal communication is it is unofficial, expressive, and unlimited. For example, communication occurs in our family. So the communication based on the channels, which is called oral communication. There are two types of oral communication: face to face and distance communication. If the sender and receivers are standing in front of each other, and if they are talking if they are talking in the manner of face to face, then it is called face to face communication. There are many advantages of face to face communication, like in this communication, the sender and receiver can identify the emotions and feeling of each other, and the quick response is possible in the face-to-face communication. Whereas there is distance communication, which the examples of distance communications are telephonic communication, internet, email, etc. The telephonic communication, the calling, mobile communication, etc. These are the distance communication. So in face-to-face communication, the distance between sender and receiver is very short. But in distance communication, the distance between sender and receiver is too long. Okay, so the demerit of distance communication is that we cannot see the facial expression of each other, and we cannot see the emotions and feeling of each other. That is why distance communication is less important. But it doesn't mean कि distance communication is not at all important for the organization. In some respect, in some examples, distance communication is also important. Then there are characteristics or advantages of oral communication. Now there is clear-cut differences between the oral communication and written communication. Today we are going to talk about this method, or this difference between oral and written communication. Let us talk about firstly the characteristics of oral communication. The first characteristic of oral communication is it saves your time. Okay, because it gives you the quick and fast feedback, and in this way you can save your time. Next one, it saves you on money. In order to talk, there is no need to spend any kind of money. That is why it is time saving and it is money saving also. And instant feedback is possible in oral communication. Now take the example of written communication. In written communication, there is delayed feedback. there is postponed feedback, but in oral communication you can give instant feedback. So there another advantage or another characteristic of this oral communication is that we can identify the emotions and feelings of each other. And next one is it is useful for motivation, persuasion, etc. Senior people can motivate, encourage their juniors by using excellent oral communication. Next one, this is the demerit of oral communication, but it is one of the best, one of the important characteristics, that it is useless in keeping record because oral communication is limited, oral communication is temporary, and to keep record in oral communication is nearby impossible. And next one is oral communication has no legal validity at all because oral communication is limited, as we have discussed. It is not permanent, so it is no legal. It is not legal. Next, written communication. So there are some characteristics and advantages of written communication. First one is it is useful for keeping record. On the contrary to oral communication, written communication is permanent, okay, and that is why it is useful for keeping the record. Again, the second point is written communication is very much legal. Anyone can believe in written communication because it can be showed as the record. Then written communication is no doubt useful for organizational work because it is authentic and it is permanent. And moreover, it is permanent and formal also. So in the oral communication, the messages can be lengthy, the messages can be unlimited, and there is no control over the body language. But in written communication, there is no matter of body language. So it is formal and it is permanent. The only disadvantage of this written communication is that it is expensive. And the basic difference between oral and written communication is that in oral communication, everyone, anyone can use the oral communication. But in written communication, this case is different because oral communication is rather expensive. In order to do the written communication, you have to purchase some things, like you have to purchase pen, paper, computer, etc., etc. So that is why written communication is expensive. And no doubt, in written communication, the feedback is very slow, the feedback is very delayed. And at the last, as we have discussed, the written communication is useful for only literate people. Only literate people can use the written communication. So thank you, student, for patient listening. This was the topic of types of communication. Now let us meet in next video. Thank you.